The first series, second group, stirring up energy for intent. The 10 magical passes of the second group have to do with stirring up energy for intending from areas just below the knees, above the head, around the kidneys, the liver and pancreas, the solar plexus, and the neck. Each of these magical passes is a tool that stirs up exclusively the energy pertinent to intending, which is accumulated on those areas. Shamans consider these magical passes to be essential for daily living, because for them, life is ruled by intent. This set of magical passes is perhaps for shamans what a cup of coffee is for modern man, the slogan of the day, "I'm not myself until I drink my cappuccino," or the slogan of a past generation, "I'm not awake until I drink my cup of java," is rendered for them as "I am not ready for anything until I have performed these magical passes." The second group of this series begins by the act that has been termed turning the body on. See page 6, series of 10 Segretti, figures 15, 16. 16. Stirring up energy with the feet and the arms. After the body has been turned on, it is held in a slightly stooped over position, figure 38. The weight is placed on the right leg while the left leg makes a complete circle, brushing the ground with the tips of the toes, and landing on the ball of the foot, in front of the body. The left arm, in synchronization with the leg, makes a circle, the top of which goes above the level of the head, figure 39. There is a slight pause of the leg and arm and they draw 2 more circles in succession, making a total of 3, figure 40. The rhythm of this magical pass is given by counting 1, slight pause, 1 1, then a very slight pause, 2, pause, 2 2, then a very slight pause, and so on. The same movement is performed with the right leg and arm. This magical pass stirs energy at the bottom of the luminous ball with the feet, and projects it with the arms to the area just above the head. 17. Rolling energy on the adrenals. The forearms are placed behind the body, over the area of the kidneys and adrenals. The elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle and the hands are held in fists, a few inches away from the body, without touching it. The fists move downward in a rotational fashion, one on top of the other, beginning with the left fist moving downward, the right fist follows, moving downward as the left fist moves back up. The trunk leans slightly forward, figure 41, then the movement is reversed, and the fists roll in the opposite direction as the trunk leans slightly backward, figure 42. Leaning the body forward and backward in this fashion engages the muscles of the upper arms and the shoulders. This magical pass is used to supply the energy of intending to the adrenals and kidneys. 18. Stirring up energy for the adrenals. The trunk is bent forward, with the knees protruding beyond the line of the toes. The hands rest above the kneecaps, the fingers draping over them. The left hand then rotates to the right over the kneecap, making the elbow protrude as far forward as possible in alignment with the left knee, figure 43. At the same time, the right forearm, with the hand still above the kneecap, rests as full length over the right thigh, while the right knee is straightened engaging the hamstring. It is important to move only the knees, and not to swing the rear end from side to side. The same movements are performed with the right arm and leg, figure 44. This magical pass is employed for stirring up the energy of intending around the kidneys and adrenals. It brings the practitioner long-range endurance and a sensation of daring and self-confidence. 19. Fusing left and right energy. A deep inhalation is taken. A very slow exhalation begins as the left forearm is brought in front of the shoulders, with the elbow bent at a 90-degree angle. The wrist is bent backward as acutely as possible, with the fingers pointing forward, and the palm of the hand facing to the right, figure 45. While the arm maintains this position, the trunk is bent forward sharply until the protruding left arm reaches the level of the knees. The left elbow must be kept from sagging toward the floor, and must be maintained away from the knees, and as far forward as possible. The slow exhalation continues, as the right arm makes a full circle over the head and the right hand comes to rest an inch or two away from the fingers of the left hand. The palm of the right hand faces the body and the fingers point toward the floor. The head is facing downward, with the neck held straight. The exhalation ends, and a deep breath is taken in that position. All the muscles of the back and the arms and legs are contracted as the air is slowly and deeply inhaled, figure 46. The body straightens up as an exhalation is made, and the complete magical pass is started again with the right arm. The maximum stretch of the arms forward permits the creation of an opening in the energetic vortex of the center of the kidneys and adrenals. Such an opening allows the optimal utilization of redeployed energy. This magical pass is essential for the redeployment of energy to that center, which accounts, in general terms, for an overall vitality and youth of the body. 20. Piercing the body with a beam of energy. The left arm is placed against the body in front of the navel, and the right arm just behind the body at the same level. The wrists are bent sharply, and the fingers point to the floor. The palm of the left hand faces right, and the palm of the right hand faces left, figure 47. The fingertips of both hands are raised briskly to point in a straight line forward and backward. The whole body is tensed and the knees are bent at the instant that the fingers point forward and backward, figure 48. The hands are kept in that position for a moment. Then the muscles are relaxed, the legs are straightened, and the arms are swiveled around until the right arm is in front and the left behind. As at the beginning of this magical pass, the fingertips point to the floor, and are raised again briskly to point in a straight line forward and backward, again with a light exhalation, the knees are bent. By means of this magical pass, a dividing line is established in the middle of the body, which separates left energy and right energy. 21. Twisting energy over two centers of vitality. It's a good idea to begin by placing the hands facing each other, as a device to keep the hands in line. The fingers are kept open and clawed, as if to grab the lid of a jar the size of the hand. Then the right hand is placed over the area of the pancreas and spleen, facing the body. The left hand is placed behind the body, over the area of the left kidney and adrenal, also with the palm facing the body. Both wrists are then bent backward sharply, as the trunk turns as far to the left as possible, keeping the knees in place. Next, both hands pivot at the wrists in unison, in a side-to-side movement, as if to unscrew the lids of two jars, one on the pancreas and spleen, and the other on the left kidney, figure 49. The same movement is executed by reversing the order, putting the left hand in the front, at the level of the liver and gallbladder, and the right arm in the back at the level of the right kidney. With the aid of this magical pass, energy is stirred on the three main centers of vitality, the liver and gallbladder, the pancreas and spleen, and the kidneys and adrenals. It is an indispensable magical pass for those who have to be on the lookout. It facilitates an all-around awareness and it increases figure 49 the practitioner's sensibility to their surroundings. 22. The half circle of energy. A half circle is drawn with the left hand, commencing in front of the face. The hand moves slightly to the right until it reaches the level of the right shoulder, figure 50. There the hand turns and draws the inner edge of a half circle close to the left side of the body, figure 51. The hand turns again in the back, figure 52, and draws the outer edge of the half circle, then returns to its initial position, figure 53. The complete half circle is slanted from the level of the eyes, in front, to a level below the rear end, in the back. It is important to follow the movement of the hand with the eyes. Once the half circle drawn with the left arm is completed, another one is drawn with the right arm, surrounding the body in this fashion with two half circles. These two half circles are drawn to stir energy and to facilitate the sliding of energy from above the head to the region of the adrenals. This magical pass is a vehicle for acquiring intense, sustained sobriety. 23. Stirring energy around the neck. The left hand, with the palm facing upward, and the right hand, with the palm facing downward, are placed in front of the body, at the level of the solar plexus. The right hand is on top of the left, nearly touching it. The elbows are bent sharply. A deep breath is taken, the arms are raised slightly as the trunk is made to rotate as far to the left as possible without moving the legs, especially the knees, which are slightly bent in order to avoid any unnecessary stress on the tendons. The head is kept in alignment with the trunk and shoulders. An exhalation begins as the elbows are then gently pulled away from each other to a maximum stretch, keeping the wrists straight, figure 54. An inhalation is taken. An exhalation begins when the head is turned very gently to the back to face the left elbow, and then to the front to face the right elbow. The rotation of the head back and forth is repeated 2 more times as the exhalation ends. The trunk is turned to the front, and the hands reverse position there. The right hand is made to face upward while the left hand is made to face downward, on top of the right one. An inhalation is taken again. The trunk is then turned to the right, and the same movements are repeated on the right. Shamans believe that a special type of energy for intending is dispersed from the center for decisions, located in the hollow V spot at the base of the neck, and that this energy is exclusively gathered with this magical pass. 24. Kneading energy with a push of the shoulder blades. Both arms are placed in front of the face, at the level of the eyes, with the elbows bent enough to give the arms a bow-like appearance, figure 55. The trunk is bent forward slightly, in order to allow the shoulder blades to expand laterally. The movement begins by pushing the left arm forward while it is kept arched and tense, figure 56. The right arm follows, and the arms move in an alternating fashion. It is important to note that the arms are kept extremely tense. The palms of the hands face forward and the fingertips face each other. The driving force of the arms is created by the deep movement of the shoulder blades and the tenseness of the stomach muscles. Shamans believe that energy on the ganglia around the shoulder blades gets easily stuck and becomes stagnant, bringing about the decay of the center for decisions, located on the V spot at the base of the neck. This magical pass is employed to stir that energy. 25. Stirring energy above the head and cracking it. The left arm moves in a relaxed fashion, making 2.5 circles above and around the head, figure 57. Those circles are then cracked with the outer edge of the forearm and the hand, which comes down forcefully, but very slowly, figure 58. The impact is absorbed by the stomach muscles, which are tensed at that moment. The muscles of the arm are kept tight, in order to avoid injuries to the tendons which could occur if the muscles of the arm were loose, or if the arm were whipped. Air is exhaled lightly as the arm strikes downward. The same movement is repeated with the right arm. The energy stirred and cracked in this fashion is allowed to seep downward over the entire body. When practitioners are overtired, and can't afford to go to sleep, executing this magical pass dispels sleepiness and brings forth a sensation of temporary alertness.